Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is your favorite bot, Putin Bot. Just want to welcome y'all back for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are going to be doing a guide on Visix the Unbowed. She is a daily login reward, and up until just a few months ago she was probably the worst Void Legendary champion in the game. As y'all may or may not know, she has recently received a buff. I'm going to go over how I use her, why I use her, and what kind of impact she's had on my account. First, let's kind of go over her kit, and then we'll go over her total stats, and we'll just kind of go and take a look and see just how she can potentially help you with your account as well. Let's hop over here in the skills real quick. She has a aura that works in the faction crypts. It's a 37% defense aura. Single combat, her A3 is a AoE, and it is a provoke that lands for 2 turns. And she places a shield buff on herself equal to 20% of her max HP for 2 turns. What that's going to do is that's just going to really kind of help you keep her alive while she's taking all that damage. Because of this shield, she's similar to Vergis in that you want to build her with some hit points. That way she has some sustainability. She's able to stay alive. Next is her A2. It's another AoE, so it's pretty nice. She has 2 AoEs on her kit. She has a 75% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff. That buffs up to 100% with books. And this actually is a very, very useful debuff. Anytime you're able to slow the enemy down, anytime you're able to disrupt what they're trying to do, is going to be a win for you. Her A1 is not shabby either. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has an 80% chance, again, bookable up to 100%, of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%, and then fills this champion's turn meter equal to the amount that the target loses. So basically what she's doing, she's stealing turn meter. It's a little bit of a convoluted way of saying it, the way that Plarium has this written down on the A1, but that's what she's doing. However much turn meter she takes from an opponent, she's going to give to herself. Let's hop over here and look at masteries real quick. If you're looking to get damage out of your Visix, you're going to want to go down the offense tree and go into War Master. I am looking to use her solely as support for CC and for control, and so because of that, I've gone down the defense tree. I went for the extra defense. I went to blast proof just for reduced damage from AoEs, and I finished up in Cycle of Revenge. I do not recommend taking Retribution on this champion, and the reason is simple. Whenever an enemy goes, their turn meter is reduced to 0. So let's just say, for example, a enemy attacks Visix, they hit her, she counterattacks. There's no turn meter for her to steal. That's why I decided to go down to Cycle of Revenge. Just gives me a chance to increase turn meter whenever an ally's attacked with a critical hit. That way I can get to her money abilities, her A2 and her A3 faster. I've come down to Eagle Eye. I do use Visix quite a bit in Doom Tower to help me control waves, so the extra accuracy is important. I also like to try to run my comps with a accuracy lead when appropriate, like Contra or with Drexstar, who's a free legendary able to get by competing in 3v3 arena. I've gone down to Spirit Haste. Just gives me a chance to get extra speed whenever whenever an ally dies. This gives me a chance to just get more speed to protect my resers to get my team back up and running. Cycle of Magic gives me a chance to reduce the cooldown on a skill. Storm Smiter, again, I'm just looking for extra accuracy wherever I'm able to get it. Now let's go into her artifacts. Let's kind of go into total stats real quick. Her accuracy is currently 363. Which is good for almost all content in the game as of the time of this recording. Her resistance is low, her crit damage is crap, her crit rate is non-existent. I'm not building her for damage, I'm using her for control. Her speed is 211. I would like to get this up to 230, 240, but with the gear that I have available, with the stats I'm looking for to keep Visix alive, this is what I'm running with. Her defense is just under 4,900, which is solid. Attack is meaningless on this champion. She's defensive based, and her health is 47,000. Eventually I want to get this up to around 50k, but for right now that's what I'm going to go with. I've got her in an accuracy banner, I've got her in a defense amulet, and I've got her in a defense ring, as you're able to see. And I'm looking for hit points, and I'm looking for accuracy wherever I'm able to get it. Speed boots are going to be mandatory, and as you can see, I'm running broken sets, and the reason is I'm more interested in raw stats than I am in an actual gear bonus from a set of gear. I want Visix to be a tank. That means I want to stack her with as much health and as much defense as I can give her. If I'm able to get that from a complete set, great. But if I'm able to get superior stats through broken sets, that's what I'm going to do, and that's exactly what I've done. Defense chest is going to be mandatory. I've gone defense on the gauntlets. Now there is an argument to make. If your Visix is dying quite a bit, go ahead and put her in health gauntlets. That way she's just going to she's going to be able to get a bigger shield whenever she does that A2 with that ally protect. And again, you can see on the shield, I've got speed, I've got defense, I've got hit points. The same thing here on the helmet, and of course on the weapon. You cannot get defense on weapons, so I just went for speed, accuracy, and hit points wherever I was able to find it. In all honesty, Visix is pretty easy to build, and the fact that she's void, that she does not have any weak affinity matchups, is really nice. That is a huge bonus to her kit. Now what we're going to do, we're going to hop in, and let's get through these packs here real quick. And the first place I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to take you into Faction Wars. The Dark Elf Crypt is open today, and Visix, along with Blind Seer, are the two champions who are able to help me beat the Dark Elf Faction Crypts. I'm not going to run you through stage 21 because frankly it would take forever. The whole fight has got to be manualed. It's a pain in the butt. I still don't have a stripper. If I had a Madame Saris, my life would be infinitely easier because of the Valkyries, but I don't, so I just had to brute force it. Instead, what we're going to do is that we're going to go through stage 20, and I'm going to be quiet, and y'all can enjoy the carnage, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to go to some dungeons, and y'all will be able to see the kind of control that Visix is going to bring you. And there we go. On that third wave with the two man-eaters, we had a couple of unlucky resists. The Man-Eater was able to put up his block debuffs and the Unkillable. A Warlord is able to go, so that added time to the run, but the run was never in jeopardy. With the control that Visix is able to bring, with Painkeeper coming in with her AoE heals, Kale doing his poisons, Spider with the defense down, and of course with Blind Seer coming in with her shields and just general support, the run was never in any kind of jeopardy. And that's what Visix is able to give you. She's able to give you the control that you need to clear content. So now what we'll do is we'll hop over into a dungeon real quick. Let's go into, let's see. Let's hop over into Dragon real quick. Again, just kind of keeping with the theme. I want to be respectful of your time, and so because of that, I'm not going to just run it through Dragon 25 or Dragon 24. It would be pointless because Visix is going to work the exact same way, regardless of the content that you're in, because she's Void. She's not going to have that weak affinity matchup. So what we're going to do, we are just going to throw her in here. And just that way the energy is not wasted on this, we're just going to go ahead and throw in a couple of chickens real quick. And I'll be quiet and y'all can watch the run. And here we are with Dragon cleared. Normally I would do this in a more free-to-play run. The reason why I'm not in this case, and to be honest with you, this is for the most part very free-to-play. The only Void legendary champion on the account, on this particular team rather, is Blind Seer. I've got Ninja, who is a free reward as of the time of this recording. However, time is quickly running out. Visix is a free daily login reward, and I got 2 food champions. That being said, if you get Visix as a daily login, odds are you're going to have better options than, say, your Kale, your Lane, your Apothecary, what have you. Now, let's take a look at this. Flat stat, goodbye. Now, I will show you that I do use her in my Spider team on Spider 24, which I'm going to take you into now, and I'm going to explain to y'all how I've got this set up. Actually, let's go here to team setup real quick. Let's find the right team. Here we are. So with this one, I've got Apothecary. He is there for spot heals. Drexstar is going to be tanking. He is a Force Affinity champion. Again, a free legendary champion you're able to get just by buying fragments from the bazaar and the tag team arena. I've got Visix here. Visix has her A3 turned off. I do not want her provoking the Spiderlings. I want them all hitting Drexstar for the hit point burns. Her A2, however, is on, because that way I'm able to get those speed debuffs on the Spiderlings as well as on the Mother Spider. I've got Blind Seer for the shields and block debuffs, and Coldheart, I've got her in here for nukes. As you can see, I do not have a defense down on this particular comp, and to be completely honest with you, I don't need one. Enjoy the carnage, and I will once again be quiet. And there we go. That was not the cleanest run, but it was never in any kind of jeopardy. Y'all saw where Visix was stealing turn meter from the mother spider. You also see where she was sharing damage from the ally protecting Drexstar, just helping to keep him up. It didn't really matter if Visix died. Y'all saw that both her and Coldheart both died. Blind Seer was there to pick them back up. Blind Seer was also there to give shields. If you don't have a Blind Seer, and if you're struggling on a team similar to this, what you can do is just run another healer, or you can run an Armiger, or you can run a Vergis. Just someone who's able to just to help soak up that damage. You don't want to run a stun champion like this Created Monster, because you want Drexstar to be taking the hits, because he doesn't have a way of placing an AoE HP burn. He has to actually get hit. So you don't want to run a stunner like Skyle of the Drakes, or you don't want to run a Miscreated Monster or a Archmage Helmet, for example. You just need to have someone who's able to keep him up, who's able to keep him alive. That way he's able to get those HP burns off. Visix does a great job with that. She's got the slow that slows the spiders down, gives Apothecary a better chance of getting in there with those heals. And if someone does go down, that's why we have rezzers, folks. They'll pick them back up and get you back into the fight. Next, what we will do, we will hop over into... Oops. We'll do one more dungeon real quick. Let's just go and do Ice Golem Peak. Let's hop over here into stage 20. Again, just for the same reason, I'm just trying to be cognizant of your time. So what we're going to do, we're going to take Vidrus out, and we are going to throw in our lovely Visix. With this team, we've got Blind Seer in the lead. She's got that defense aura. She's also got the block debuffs. I'm running Padma. She is our attack down. I'm running Tabrail. He is our defense down. Also going to help some of the turn meter. And we're running Dark Elaine. She's going to be the only DPS we have on this comp. And there we go. As y'all see, with this particular team, we're not even running a healer. We were relying on blind seer shields to keep the team alive. If you don't have a blind seer in this situation, feel free to go with the miscreated monster. His shields work really well here. Again, another ally protect with a self-heal mechanism like Vergis can be another good option for you. If you have a Doom Priest, that's another option that you're going to have, is be able to get those passive heals or Skyle. Just that way you're able to block, that way you're able just to handle those debuffs from the ads. And that's what Visix is going to bring you, is that she brings you that control that's going to help you with that. Apologize again for all the pop-ups. But folks, this concludes the guide on Visix the Unbowed. She went from being, like I said, arguably the worst Void legendary in the game now to being a solid support champion. Is she one of the strongest in the game? No, she's not. But what she gives you, though, is control. And there's so many places in Doom Tower, so many places in dungeons where you need that control, or even in the arena if you're struggling in 3v3 and you need a way to control the enemy. She's going to be able to help you with that. If you have her, congratulations. If you pull her early from a shard, congratulations. She's going to do great work for you. Build her up. Don't feel that you have to put her into sets. You don't. Stats are going to be king. And I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, give it a thumbs up. Those likes help a ton. Subscribe to the channel for more content. This is Putinbot. I am heading out, and I hope that y'all have a great day.